why I'm here is I don't know how to monetize what I'm doing. I've hit a lot of bumps on the road where I don't know where to go from here. I'm selling on eBay.
What would you like to happen? Be more successful in theory?
Yeah.
And what about happiness? Where are you on the, to me it's really, when I hear that question, here's all I think about, right? Happiness, right? And like financial success, right?
Right.
And as you know, I don't think people are talking about that enough. Right?
Which I've
right?
seen.
So like,
yep.
I want you here, and I think people are focused too much here, which makes them unhappy, and that's why they burn out. So for me, when you ask that question, I'm trying to figure this out.
Do you get the vibe I'm here?
No.
Okay.
No, but anybody who sells something is actually in a real business.
Right.
So at least you have the chance, plus your fucking basement look good. So no, I don't get the vibe you're here. You may or may not be. Here's actually, that was a really interesting insight by you. I actually don't give a fuck about this.
Okay.
Like if you really, I wish, if you were here, no success, like financially, but happy as fuck,
right.
I would fucking hug you and be like, bro, you fucking won life.
Right.
This is obviously what like a lot of people are trying to figure out. Listen, I'm here.
Can I give you a quick
thing on this?
Yes.
Okay, because the one place I'm most scared of is here.
Okay.
A lot of people get here and lose. This is the people I'm going after. And then obviously, this scares the super shit out of me.
And that crumbles.
Well, this is the worst spot, right?
Right.
You know?
Right. My life is
the sniper.
Every
yeah,
night.
I love it. So that's an incredible life.
I'm on chewing tobacco and Red Bull.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, and I'm drained, but I like doing it.
So honestly, take the green marker and tell me where you're at.
Here.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay.
I just don't know. I don't know if
it's not horrible.
Brand, I don't know if I'm an influencer. I don't know if I'm a blog.
I have good news. The answer is yes to all. Now the question becomes, which one's the most fun? You know, right? So like, this is a really interesting, like, this is fun to have a whiteboard. I think I should be traveling with a whiteboard more often. You're in a nice little spot, and then you ask, I don't know if I'm an influencer or a retailer, should I be producing something? The answer is yes. Now the question becomes, you know, right? How to,
I'm super happy.
Well, that's
I
great.
love doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, and plus you're living such a fulfilled life. And you've got your, this is a great, by the way, this is a great spot to be, right? You're in a nice spot.
But I feel like this is just gonna be for years and years
right,
to come.
you don't want to go there, you want to go there.
But also to monetize.
Well, that's more success.
And like you said, you know, I'm giving. I don't expect much back because I have tons of DMs, respond, everything, giveaways, free.
Have you ever done a seminar?
No.
You know, I always think access, when someone looks like you, access is very valuable.
Okay.
You know, like, you're giving away all this stuff. Nobody's giving more than me, right?
Right,
Nobody. But if tomorrow I'm like, hey, 100 seats in Long Island City at Vayner, $2,000, let's just fucking have fun.
Right.
You know, I mean, fucking everybody would buy it.
Right.
And I'd feel good about that because that's access. That's not like the deck that I'm about to put out. How to make, how many pieces? 30?
30 plus.
30 plus piece of content. How many page deck? 200?
207.
200, like I'm putting a lot of money into that. I'm gonna give that away for free.
Right.
But access is a great thing. I bet you, to your audience, you know, up in Connecticut, here in New York, what have you, like, that's an interesting way to monetize. And when I hear that you're and you love bobblehead, I can see you doing very, very well on that.
And I know this is film, but the thing.
Yep, no problem. Yeah, okay.
So, and I really like, I love this, but I financially I can't do it. I can't, my salary, I can't just pop this and quit. But
you could.
But I'm like at a dead end. I don't.
Yeah, you just, to your point.
It's a pain in the ass to come up with bobblehead content. There's only so much shit you can talk about.
So then turn it into flipping content. What you do with bobbleheads works for sweaters and sneakers and other things.
Okay.
So you could go more macro. By the way, that's what happened with me. I was doing a wine show. It was wine content. And I was like, what I'm doing will work for everybody. That's why I wrote Crush It.
Right.
You're actually living the life I predicted, other than you haven't made the full switch yet. But notice you're like, by the way, where your green circle is, first of all, you need to do me a favor. You really need to take a step back and put where your green circle is in perspective. Do you know how way ahead of the 98% of the entire human race you are?
I know.
Okay, no, but like even the way you said I know, like you gotta kind of go there with me.
Exhausted.
Well then you gotta slow it down.
I mean,
So don't go as hard. So don't do that. So don't do that.
Content.
No, then you're now doing something based on a thesis versus the reality of how you feel.
Right.
Bro,
Slow it down.
when I tell you that I might wake up one day and stop everything and not even think twice, and I'll make the video and be like, yo, America, the world, I'm not burnt out. I just wanna do this. And maybe like in 2012 to 14 when I made no content, maybe 2022 to 24, I'll be out and maybe I come back like a phoenix. But right now, I want a garage sale full time, or I want to be a stay-at-home dad, or I'm gonna go fully all in on, I've been telling you, well, guess what? I bought Charleston Chew, and I need every piece of my energy to turn Charleston Chew into the #1 candy and chocolate drink and chocolate franchise in the world. So we'll probably be documenting it. D-Rock's still here. We'll probably be documenting it for the documentary in 2 years, but I really can't even take a second to do what I actually do, which is put out this content, and I'm gonna go head down.
But it's like a huge mind fuck, because I'm happy doing it, but at the same time I'm exhausted.
Where was the green circle a year ago? Show me. Draw it.
Probably here.
So you're happier.
This is the most happy. Oh.
I'm sorry, no, I apologize, you're right.
Probably here. But
A year ago?
Yes.
So you're happier.
But I've gained a lot of exposure.
So you're happier.
Yes. Since last year, yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
Why? Because you're getting bigger.
Yeah, I'm getting bigger, more followers. People seek me out for more of advice.
Can I ask you how many days a week are you doing 8 p.m. to 2 in the morning?
5, 6.
So make it 3. Let me promise you one thing.
The source of income with this is eBay.
Bro, burning out's a bad idea. Like the way you're talking right now, I've never talked ever once.
Is it weird that I'm happy but exhausted?
No, I think there's a lot of that. But I think you could be happier by being less exhausted.
Okay.
And I don't think you should beat yourself up.
I just feel like if I skip a day, it's fucking 10 more steps I gotta accomplish the next day. That's never gonna get done.
You've put yourself in a bad framework. You want a liberating feeling from the guy that knows and watches?
Yeah.
I think if you didn't do anything for 6 months, not much would happen.
Okay.
I'm being dead fucking serious with you.
2,000 followers. Who gives a shit? Yeah.
Let me say it one more time slowly, because I gotta go. I think if you do nothing for 6 months, very little will happen. It's kind of like working out. Actually, I'm like quite heavier than I've been for a little bit because just a lot going on and just haven't been as tight. And I feel fine with it. I'm not pumped. I'd like to be 10 pounds lighter. 5 years I did it so hard. Last 6 months not as hard. Not ideal, but not beating myself up because I know that if and when I decide to go hard again, that it will, and I don't feel like I wasted my 5, that's where you're going. I'm glad I did those 5 years because if I didn't do those 5 years, I'd be 213 pounds and really fucked up. So I get all the benefits of those 5 years, just like you get all the benefits of this. The first thing I would do is if you were my brother, I'd be like, bro, just do me a favor, 3 days a week. Just that will be so invigorating. I actually would argue that you'll get more done in those 3 days than you're getting in your 5 right now because you're on tilt.
It's every night till 2. And it's just, but
you're stuck in a manifestation and a theory.
That I have to do.
Yeah, in a theory. And a wrong theory.
Less is more.
It could be, But what you're doing is not sustainable by the way you're communicating. So what are you gonna do? Just
and
wait.
If I do this for the next 15 years, I'm still never gonna get all the shit that I have to get done.
I want to change the world.
That was my 15 years of life.
Only thing I want to do is change the world and make it more positive.
Right.
I won't get to boiling the ocean. I want to get to 7.7 billion people.
Right.
It's unlikely, but I'm not crippled by that.
Right.
I love my process. You don't love your process right now. That's why you're
such a grind.
You're vulnerable because you don't love your process. Got it?
Yeah.
3 days a week.
And then as far as trying to monetize?
I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. You know, I think creating your own product is something you need to consider. That's not you. So maybe going to retired players and making a limit, like I would start DMing retired players and being like, hey, Dominique Wilkins, I'd like to make 100 exclusive bobbleheads, you and me, and actually making them and going super premium on it.
Getting the NBA rights and all that.
Retired players is a lot easier.
True.
Got it?
Yeah.
You're not gonna get the rights to the active players.
Foco does that.
Got it?
Yes.
That's one place. I do think you can sell a $200 a head. Everybody meet me in this, you know, 1 minute. Everybody meet me in New York.
Probably not, because the LA's huge for bobbleheads.
You're coming up with no's for no reason. If you're the guy,
they'll come. Gotcha.
You need to be in the yes business, and you need to be in the long-term business. And right now, you're in the short term, which is why you're thinking about it every night. And you're in the no business with your first answer. You need to turn that into yes and long term.
Okay.
And long term means sustainability. You're trying to run a sprint right now, but the game's actually a marathon. 3 days a week. 3 days a week.
Okay.
You'll be so much happier. And I'm not being a nice guy with you. I actually think that's the right business advice.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome, man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.